you also taking perhaps the Rothman view here that something is better than nothing, even though this weekend announcement was quite literally light on details?
Absolutely. And, full disclosure, I've known Andy for far too long, and he and I have a pretty similar outlook when it comes to the direction that Chinese policy is going to go. But I think what is very important, and we've been very consistent when we've talked to clients for the last 2 years, that the policy priority really has been on deleveraging and trying to move beyond, all of the debt-fueled focus that has gone on within the economy for the last 30 years. So moving beyond that and really stepping in with some form of fiscal stimulus is a break in the pattern. And yes, there are limited details, but ultimately it's the fact that the government at all levels is now communicating publicly that I think is the critical takeaway at this juncture.
Can I also ask you for reaction to this Goldman call as well, which I thought was particularly interesting off the back of the weekend news conference? Goldman Sachs saying this latest round of stimulus, quote, clearly indicates that policymakers have made a turn on cyclical policy management and upped their year-end GDP forecast to 4.9%. Is that based on stimulus to come, do you believe? And is China capable of delivering that 5% number this year? What do we need to see in order to achieve that milestone?
Yeah, when it comes to sell-side projections, I don't put much stock into them because one day it's 4.9, the next day it's 4.5. And quite frankly, you just have to look and see directionally where things are going. And there's no question that the Chinese economy is weak. But I think what is critical to keep in mind is that, as the saying goes, right, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Meaning it's not as dire as I think the vast majority of media outlets have made it out to be. And there is movement to try and put a floor under the market, as I think the terms are being used these days. But 5%, I don't have a problem. I think it'll be hit. It's really where the government is going to put its energies in terms of fiscal and monetary stimulus heading into 2025. And we're just starting to begin to see the initial inklings of the plan for the coming year.